Hi, Rich Carrubba for bowlingball.com. Let's talk today about understanding what is bowling lane oil breakdown. Bowling lane oil breakdown. Well, it's a term you've heard, oil breakdown, probably since you've been taking bowling seriously. But let's examine exactly what it is and how it can affect you when you're in competition, whether it's your league play, tournament play, what have you. First of all, lane conditions change because of oil breakdown. It's one of the factors. Oil carry down is one, oil breakdown is another. And adjusting to this breakdown is key to retain the ability to hit the pocket consistently. Now, these high-tech bowling balls today generate a lot of surface friction, and some more so than others. If you take some examples of aggressive cover stock bowling balls that are used or designed for medium heavy or heavy oil conditions, that means that these bowling balls are passing through the heavy oil concentration on the front end of the lane, and they're going to retain oil in the pores of the ball as they go down the lane. And as they retain some of the oil, that means that the oil leaves the front part of the lane. And after a number of deliveries in the same area of the lane, and if you're in a league or even a tournament sharing a pair of lanes with other bowlers, and you're all playing in the same relative area with these high-tech bowling balls, then that lane is going to break down. The oil is going to leave certain portions of the lane, be retained in the bowling ball cover stocks, and therefore the breakdown will necessitate a lane adjustment. Now, if you can visualize an automobile driving on a rainy day through a water puddle, you see, if you're behind the car and it's moving along fairly slowly, you can see the water splashing away from the tires, can't you? And what actually happens is the water separates as the tires pass through the puddle, and then as the car leaves, the water comes back together. Well, that's the same thing that happens with lane oil. The lane oil, as the ball passes through it, will actually open, and then it closes where the ball rolls over the surface. And as a number of deliveries occur, then the ability to open and close is diminished because the oil is retained in the bowling ball and there's less oil to close back up. And once you reach a certain time on the lane where the oil can no longer close and it leaves a drier portion of the lane exposed for the future bowling ball deliveries, then you're going to create a higher friction, and you're going to see that you'll be required to make a lane adjustment because you'll no longer get the skid down the lane to the break point you were enjoying when you bowled on the freshly oiled lane. So oil breakdown forces you to make an adjustment, and will occur after a number of deliveries go through that section of the lane. How many deliveries? Well, it depends on if you're in a league and there's 10 people bowling on your pair of lanes, 2 5-man teams, and everybody's playing in the same area. If you're bowling in a pretty good league, it's going to wear out 3, 4, 5 board width of oil on the front part of the lane and in the mid lane as well, because it'll open and close until it can no longer close back up. That's when the oil breaks down. Although today the oils are pretty viscous, and a high viscosity that is, and they do a good job of holding up for some time. Nothing really stands up to the friction generated by these new bowling balls today, so you have to make adjustments. Now, the type of adjustments you're going to make, there could be lateral adjustments on the lane, known as parallel or ratio adjustments, where you move your feet and your target on the lane. Usually on house conditions, the USBC red pattern, you're going to move toward the center of the lane to pick up more ball skid because more oil is applied toward the center of the lane on those conditions, or away from the center of the lane toward the lane edges to pick up more roll or higher friction part of the lane. You may move your feet equal number of boards with your target, or your feet a couple or 3 boards for every board you move your target, depending on if you're a power player, if you're an up the boards player, if you're a tweener player, and so on. So there's other adjustments as well than angle changes. You might have to make a bowling ball change. Go to a hybrid cover stock or a pearl cover stock to give you more skid once the lane breaks down. Then there's other adjustments with your release, your ball speed, the amount of loft you throw. All those factors or variables can help you make adjustments when oil breakdown occurs. And if you have any confusion, or you want to really find out which adjustments work best for you, then we always recommend you see a coach or a certified bowling instructor when you can, or your local pro shop professional, someone who knows the lane conditions in the area and is an accomplished coach to help advise you on what the best changes can be. But the oil breakdown is a factor. It's going to cause you to make adjustments just like oil carry down is. So you should be aware of those things. Read our article at Bowlversity about it. Hopefully it gives you some information I didn't cover in this video. Hope this helps. Thank you.